Hello students, in our previous video we have discussed that what will happen when a ray of light passes through a transparent glass slab with parallel faces, and the direction of emergent ray, that is the final ray coming out from the glass slab, remains the same as that of the incident ray. The ray just gets shifted sideways. We have just defined that is known as a lateral shift. Now let's discuss what happens when light passes through a medium bounded by curved surface. So any transparent material bounded by two surfaces of which at least one is curved is called a lens. And most lenses used in spectacle, magnifying glass, cameras, and microscope have at least one spherical surface. And in some cases, cylindrical lenses are used in spectacles. So, in this topic, we will study spherical lenses. So, we can define the spherical lenses as a lens is a piece of any transparent material. It may be glass or it may be transparent plastic that is bounded by two curved surfaces or by one curved and one plane surface. And when a beam of light passes through a lens, it bends and changes its direction. So lenses works on the principle of refraction of light, means bending of light when it passes from one medium to another medium. And lenses generally are of two main type: convex lens, which is also known as a converging lens, and concave lens, which is known as a diverging lens. So let's discuss concave lens. Concave lens is a lens whose both reflecting surfaces are spherical. They are spherical such that it is thick in the middle. You can see that it is thick in the middle like this. It is thick in the middle, thicker in the middle, and thin at the edges. These are its edges and they are generally thin. It is known as a convex lens. And convex lens, they are further of three type. Biconvex lens means both the sides are bulged outside. They are biconvex lens. Plano-convex lens means one side is plane and another one is bulged outside, which is known as a convex lens. Concavo-convex lens means one surface is curved inward and one surface is curved outward. It is plano-convex lens. And another one is concave lens, a lens which is thinner. Here you can see that a lens which is thinner in the middle and thicker at the edges is called concave lens. So let's discuss some terms related to spherical mirror. With spherical mirrors, we know that there is a main term that is used for a line that is joining the center of the curvature of two spherical surfaces, that is known as principal axis. A line joining C1, center of curvature of one sphere, to the center of curvature of the second sphere is known as a principal axis. This is principal axis. Principal axis. Second one is optical center. This is optical center and it is represented as O. Now what is optical center? A point in or outside a lens through which a ray of light passes undeviated, means when a light ray passes, for example, this is a lens, this is a concave lens, this is convex lens. This is a point O which is present at the center of the lens, and a light ray passes through it. Any light ray when passes through it, there is no bending of light. It passes as it is. There is no bending of light. So a point in or outside a lens through which ray of light pass undeviated is called optical center of the lens, and it is denoted as O. You can see here that. Second is principal focus. Principal focus is a point on the principal axis. This is a principal axis, and a point on the principal axis of a lens where all the rays of light parallel to the principal axis. This is principal axis. For example, these two rays of light, they are passing through the lens parallel to the principal axis, and when they pass from the lens, they generally bend inward. There is bending of light inward. That is convergence of light. They are meeting at a point. Converging means bend inward. Converge. They all are meeting at a same point. So this point is known as the principal focus, and it is generally denoted as F. Capital letter, English alphabet F. And principal focus of concave and convex lens. In case of convex lens, it is situated here, because all the light rays parallel to the principal axis, they are meeting at a point, and this is known as a convergence of light. For example, these three pencils here, they act as a, this middle pencil act as a principal axis that passes through the optical center of the mirror, and these two light rays are parallel to the principal axis. When they passes through the convex lens, they all meet at a same point. For example, in this case, they are meeting at a point. This phenomena where the heads of these three pencils, they all are meeting at a point, this is known as convergence of light. And this is divergence, means bending outward. This is bend a phenomena in which the light rays scatter. They bend outward like this. They are not actually meeting at point, but if we look them, they will appears to meet at a point. So this where all the light rays appears actually meet at a point. This phenomenon is known as convergence of light, and where all the light rays bend outward, this is known as divergence of light. So convex lens is also known as a converging lens. And in case of concave lens, a beam of light parallel to the principal axis, they generally diverge, they bend outward. But if we extend this refracted ray in a backward direction, then they will appears to meet at a point. Actually, they are not meeting, but they appears to meet at that point, and this point is known as a focus point. The next one is focal length. The distance between the principal focus and optical center, distance between the F and O, is known as focal length, and it is generally represented as small f. So another term is first principal focus, that is generally represented as F1, and the second one is F2. If a beam of light is incident parallel to a principal axis of a convex lens, for example, here if we look here, if a beam of light is incident parallel to the principal axis of a convex lens, it converges to a point that is known as principal focus, and it is on the other side of the lens, and this point is called the second principal focus, and it is generally represented as F2. And in case of concave lens, in this case, a beam of light incident parallel to the principal axis diverges, it bends outward after passing through the lens. Here you can say that it bends outward. This phenomenon is known as divergence of light. But If these transmitted rays are produced backward, they meet at a point F2 on the principal axis on the side of the incident ray. These are the side of incident ray and focus point generally lies here. So this point F2 is called the second principal focus of the concave lens. And a point object, if we kept at the point F1, any object if we kept it on the F1 means first focus on the principal axis of a convex lens, such that the ray starting from F1 becomes parallel to the principal axis after transmission. Such a point is called first principal focus of a convex lens. For example, from this side, these parallel rays are coming from this side. If these parallel rays of light coming from this side, then what will happen? They meet at that point. This point is known as F1, and the distance between F1 and O is known as a focal length, and it is generally represented as small f. It is generally represented as small f. So if we stick to the conventions that light is always incidented from left to right on the lens, the first principal focus F1 of a convex lens is on the left of the lens, and the second principal focus F2 is on the right. Or for a concave lens, F1 is on the right and F2 is on the left of the lens. For a thin lens, the distance of F1 and F2 from the optical center are same, and this distance is called the focal length of a lens. Also, we usually use the word focus for each of the two principal foci, and it is generally clear from the situation whether we are talking of F1 or F2. And a common symbol capital F is used for them. Thus, we can define the focus and focal length of a thin lens as, in a thin lens, rays incident parallel to the principal axis. These are the rays parallel to the principal axis. After passing through a lens, they converge or appear to diverge, in case they appear to diverge from a point on the principal axis, and the rays coming from a point on the principal axis or rays going toward a point on it become parallel to the principal axis after passing through the lens, and each of these 2 points are called a focus of the thin lens, and the distance of the focus from optical center is known as a focal length. So in our next video, we will discuss the images formed by the concave and convex lens. Thank you.